round of the state high school baseball playoffs. It's your Weslaco Wildcats taking on the Mac High Bulldogs. Last night, your Wildcats defeated the Bulldogs 9-1 in Game 1. In the second inning, that's when the scoring got started. Jorge Zavala, a two-run blast to get the Wildcats on the board, and the scoring didn't stop there, as in the third inning, they produced 3 more runs, and in the fourth inning, 4 more runs. Mac High scored 1 in the fourth. Final score, 9-1. A great pitching performance from Alex Solis. Alex Solis went 6 2/3 innings with 7 strikeouts, giving up only 1 run. And, of course, Javi Garza came in and sealed the deal, getting the final out to complete the game last night. And now we are in Game 2. We've had the player introductions, we've had the national anthem, and now we are ready to get started. But before we get started, let me let you know that it is a warm one here in McAllen. It is 89 degrees of wind is blowing out of the south-southeast at 13 miles an hour. The humidity is high at 68%, and the feel-like temperature is 100 degrees. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineup. Defensively for the Mac High Bulldogs, they will line up like this. In left field, Nathaniel Zaragoza. In center field, Eric Alonso. In right field, Diego Garcia. At third base, Gael Garcia. Second base, Marcus Elizondo. At first base, Maddox Braxton. At shortstop, Noah Villarreal. Behind the plate, doing the catching, John Millen. On the mound for the Mac High Bulldogs is Austin Ramos. Leading things off for your Wildcats is the shortstop, Alex Solis, we just mentioned last night. He was the starting pitcher, pitching 6 2/3 innings, getting 7 strikeouts, and getting that win last night. He watches that first pitch go by for strike 1. Behind the plate, Adrian Elizondo is our home plate umpire this afternoon. That second pitch is inside, even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Alex Solis is a .427 hitter for your Wildcats. Swung on, this ball is hit to center field. Alonso taking a few steps back, makes the grab for out number 1. So Alex Solis with a fly out to center field to get things going, get things started as we start the game here at Mac High. That's going to bring up Mike Brown, the left fielder, .299 hitter for your Wildcats.
Wearing number 16, Mike Brown.
First pitch inside, ball 1. Breaking ball swung on, missed. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mike Brown. Big breaking ball there from Austin Ramos. Wants to go back to that original ball that he threw to begin with. Didn't go too far from the circle. Looks like the home plate area is artificial. The rest of it is natural. You got dirt and grass on the infield. Swung on, fly ball behind the catcher. Catcher looking for it. And he makes the grab. A 1 bounce play for the catcher, John Millen, for out number 2. So 2 pop-ups produced by the first 2 batters here in the top of the first. And that's going to bring up today's starting pitcher, Tonio Balboa. He's batting in the 3 spot. Let's go ahead and give you the rest of the lineup. Batting in the cleanup spot is Nate Rivas. Batting 5th, Joey Rodriguez. Batting 6th, Jorge Zavala. Batting 7th, Javi Garza. Batting 8th, Caleb Escamilla. And batting 9th is Jacob Rodriguez. Tonio Balboa is a .456 hitter. And that's a big swing and a miss for strike 1. Balboa got on 3 times last night. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Slow breaking ball from the pitcher, Ramos. He was walked the first time up, got a hit the second time up and scored, and then his third time up, a single and an RBI. Swung on, fouled back, out of play. The count will remain 0-2.
And that foul ball is sponsored by Zamora's Restaurant since 1975.
So 0-2 for Balboa. Swung on. This is to the shortstop. Picked up by Villarreal. Toss to first for out number 3. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs will come to the bat.
10 pitches for Austin Ramos. 10 pitches. Remember, fans, the concession stand is open. Bacon cheeseburgers, Sam's hot dogs, watermelon in a.
Are you going to stay there, Vinny? Is that where you're going to be?
Water, soft drinks.
Are you going to be there?
Snacks,
Okay.
And more snacks, all down at the concession stand.
I'm sorry, I'm going to get closer to you because I can't see because he moved the camera. I just don't want to be yelling in your ear. Yeah, no worries. I just can't see this side of the field. That's why I'm going to move over. That's why I was asking you. To the bottom of the first inning, and the Mackay Bulldogs will start off with Marcus Elizondo, the second baseman, batting second, the shortstop Noah Villarreal, batting third, John Millen, the catcher. Batting fourth is going to be the right fielder, Diego Garcia. At first base, batting fifth, Maddox Braxton. The designated hitter batting in the sixth spot, that is Gael Aguirre. Batting seventh is going to be the center fielder, Eric Alonso. Batting eighth, playing third is Gael Garcia. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Nathaniel Zaragoza. Your Wildcats will line up like this defensively. Mike Brown in left field, Jorge Zavala in center, Jacob Rodriguez in right. At third base, Javi Garza. At second base, Caleb Escamilla. At first base, Nate Rivas. At shortstop, Alex Solis. Behind the plate is Joey Rodriguez. He'll be doing the catching. And on the mound today for your Wildcats is Tonio Balboa. Gets that first pitch across for a strike. Marcus Elizondo, as we mentioned, is the leadoff batter for the Bulldogs. Second pitch a little high and outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike on the leadoff batter, Marcus Elizondo. He was 1 for 4 last night, struck out, singled in the fifth, had a pop out and a ground out. That pitch was low and inside. Count now, 2 balls and a strike to Elizondo. So here comes a 2-1. Inside, ball 3. Wildcats in their black uniforms with white pinstripes, white lettering, and white numbers. The Bulldogs in their grays with purple and yellow trimming and purple numbers and letters outlined in that yellow or gold color. That pitch misses for ball 4. So the first batter of the ball game for the Bulldogs gets aboard via a walk, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Noah Villarreal. Villarreal was 2 for 3 last night with a walk. right-handed batter. At first, Marcus Elizondo. Swung on, fly ball. Looks like it's going to stay in the field of play. Coming down the line to try to grab up to that one is Nate Rivas, but he can't quite get to it, and so it falls safely. And so that's no balls and a strike to the batter, Noah Villarreal. Now it is high noon, so that sun is way up in the sky, and there is a lot of field between the dugout and the area of play, so quite a bit of roaming room, but Rivas just could not get to it. Nothing in one to count to Villarreal. Breaking ball, catching that outside corner for strike 2. So Balboa getting ahead in the count on the second batter. Villarreal, nothing in 2. Little bit outside, ball 1. So with a pitch to give, Balboa trying to see if he can get Villarreal to chase something. Stepping off the mound is Balboa. Not sure what he hears or what's going on, but he is having a few words with the umpire, Michael Nino. And now he's going to call for timeout and have some discussion with the catcher, Joey Rodriguez. So something just not sitting right with him right now, so hopefully he can get things worked out as we're still early in the ball game. So that discussion was quick, already been had, and so here comes Rodriguez back to behind the plate. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter, Noah Villarreal. Swung on, that's going to be a base hit into left field. So the Mackay Bulldogs come out in their half of the first inning and get the first 2 batters aboard. Base on balls to the leadoff batter and a single to left by Villarreal. And with no outs and runners at first and second, that'll bring up the catcher, John Millen.
Now batting, wearing number 12, Jack Millen.
John Millen, or Jack Millen as the public address announcer is announcing over the PA system, went 1 for 3 last night. Struck out, a ground out to the shortstop, and a base hit in the 4th. And that first pitch, a fastball in there for strike 1. That one on the outside corner, strike 2. So good placement there by Balboa, finding that outside corner. And, of course, good movement by Rodriguez behind the plate to precisely ask for the pitch where he wants it. Nothing in 2 the count. Breaking ball outside. Rodriguez keeps it in front of him and does not allow the runners to advance. Ball 1. So the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to the catcher, John Millen. Breaking ball just a little high, ball 2. Count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Runners at first and second. Swung on, fly ball to right field. Rodriguez moves over to his left. Gets under it, grabs it. A tag at second. Going to third is Elizondo. And he's safely in at third. Villarreal stays at first, but there is 1 out here in the bottom of the first. So with 1 out, runners at the corners, that's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, the right fielder, Diego Garcia.
Now batting, wearing number 13, Diego Garcia.
Diego Garcia reached twice last night, both on errors, and he struck out his third time at the plate. Little cross the infield move from Balboa. Back safely is Villarreal at first. Pickoff move to first base once again. Villarreal back in time. Swings at the first pitch, and this one's fouled out of play. Strike one.
And that foul ball is sponsored by Phoenix Construction and Restoration.
Nothing in one to count to Garcia. Good lead by Villarreal at first. Called the batter timeout. They award him timeout. He's back in the box. Rocking and dealing is Balboa. Breaking ball, that one a little low for ball one. One ball, one strike to Garcia. Balboa again off the mound. Calls timeout, wants to have a few words with his catcher. So they discuss a few things. I think Balboa sees something out there, wants to make sure that Rodriguez is aware. We did mention a little while ago, Villarreal does take a pretty good sized lead there at first. Count is one ball and one strike to Garcia. That hit by pitch, so that'll load up the bases. So one out here in the bottom of the first. Bases are loaded, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Maddox Braxton.
Now batting for your McAllen Bulldogs, wearing number 34, Maddox Braxton.
Braxton was 0 for 3 last night, a ground out, a strikeout, and a fly out his 3 times at the plate. First pitch low for ball one. That one is outside, ball two. That one is in there for strike one. 2 balls and a strike to the batter, Maddox Braxton. Swung on, fouled back. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that foul ball is sponsored by Hamlin Pools.
Swung on, fouled back, out of play. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that is an IBC Bank foul ball. IBC Bank. Banking at IBC is as easy as saying 1, 2, 3.
So the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes to Braxton. Bases are loaded. 1 down here in the bottom of the first. Rocking and dealing is Balboa. Breaking ball, and he gets him looking. That was a great pitch with 2-2, and he just caught Braxton bending his knees there.
Now batting, wearing number 25,
So that's 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, and that'll bring up Gael Aguirre, the designated hitter. Aguirre 0 for 2 last night. He did reach once with a walk. That was in the second inning. Struck out in the fourth and flew out to left in the seventh. In the sixth, excuse me. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to the batter, Gael Aguirre. That is a strike on the inside part of the plate at the knees. Strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball, that's going to be a 1-hopper to the shortstop. Picked up by Solis, fired to second, and he gets him. A great play by Solis, moving to his right, grabbing it off his knees, turning around, firing it to Caleb Escamilla, who was coming and got to second to secure the force out, and that will retire the side. The McAllen Bulldogs get 3 aboard on 1 hit, score no runs, leave 3 runners stranded. We've played 1 here at McAllen. And at the end of 1, there is no score between the Bulldogs and your Wildcats. We head to the second inning. No score between the Bulldogs and your Wildcats. And your Wildcats will send Rivas, Rodriguez, and Zavala to the plate here in the second inning.
Now batting,
Nate Rivas,
Wildcats, number 23,
a 375 hitter for your Wildcats. Playing first base today. Got that pink armband rolled in today. Of course, it is a hot one. And any kind of sun protection you can get is much needed this afternoon. We still got a ball on the field, but here comes the 1-0. Inside, ball 2. So 2-0 count to Rivas. Breaking ball fouled off to the right side of the field, strike 1.
And that is a Baptist Temple Church foul ball.
Count is 2 balls and a strike to Rivas. Breaking ball missing outside, ball 3. Count is 3 balls and a strike to Rivas. Ball 4. So your Wildcats have their first base runner of the afternoon, and that is Nate Rivas as he reaches via a walk, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Joey Rodriguez. Rodriguez, a .385 hitter for your Wildcats.
Now batting number 12, Joey Rodriguez.
He's batted in 20 this season so far. And it takes the first pitch for ball 1. He's got 5 doubles on the season. Swung on this one up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. So here in the second, your Wildcats get their first 2 batters on board. There are no outs, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Jorge Zavala. Zavala got the scoring going last night in the second with a 2-run blast. See if he can get things going here in the second of game 2.
Zavala.
Showing bunt, and he puts it down third base side. Pitcher is going to go to first, but he will advance the runners to second and third. Good call there. Little sacrifice bunt. Little small ball being played here in the second inning by your Wildcats. But he does advance the runners. And so you've got runners at second and third, 2 in scoring position for the third baseman, Javi Garza.
Javi Garza.
Garza, a .239 hitter. First pitch is a strike. Has 2 doubles and a triple this season. Base hit, potentially scores 2 here. That one misses for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to the third baseman, Javier Garza. Misses low, 2-1. So good job by Garza watching that one just fall. Not chasing anything out of the strike zone. Swung on, fouled back, evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that is a cellular fix hat foul ball.
So here comes the 2-2. And that'll get him looking.
And that is a Karam Law Firm strikeout.
So Garza goes down looking for the first strikeout of the ball game for Ramos. And that is out number 2 here in the top of the second. And that'll bring up number 2-2, Caleb Escamilla, .273 hitter. Outside, ball 1. That one low, ball 2. So back-to-back breaking balls, low and outside to Escamilla, and he's ahead in the count, 2-0. Runners at second and third in Rodriguez and Rivas. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Here comes the 2-0. Swung on. That one right up the middle. Shortstop trying to grab it. He does. Fires it to first. It's a missed hit by the shortstop as he throws it too far to the left side of the first baseman. And that's going to score 2 runs. So just like last night, your Wildcats are going to produce 2 runs in the second, and they are now up 2-0. On the errant throw, Escamilla will advance to second, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Jacob Rodriguez. Jacob did not have an at-bat last night. First pitch, little inside, ball 1.
At the plate, number 14, Jacob Rodriguez.
Jacob Rodriguez playing right field tonight, or this afternoon, excuse me. Inside, ball 2. So once again, Ramos getting behind on the batter, 2-0. Swung on, hit deep to left. Back goes Zaragoza. Is he going to have enough room? He does. Makes the grab for out number 3. But your Wildcats do score 2 as Zavala advances the runners to second and third on a sacrifice bunt, and Escamilla, a well-hit ball to the shortstop. An errant throw allows those 2 to score. Your Wildcats do leave 1 stranded. We head to the bottom of the second, 2-0, Wildcats on top.
Now batting, wearing number 5, Eric Alonso.
Bottom of the second, and the Bulldogs will send Alonso, Garcia, and Zaragoza to the plate. Batter 7, 8, and 9. And the first pitch is fouled back out of play. 0-1 to count to Alonso, the center fielder. Breaking ball, fouled down the right side of the field, going towards the Wildcat dugout. Coach Brown picks it up, fires it back to his pitcher, Balboa. 0-2 the count to Alonso. That one, a slow curveball, just a little high, and the Wildcat faithful wanting Alonso to be rung up. But the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung on. High hopper to the third baseman. Garza had to wait for it. Fires the first, a little high. Does he get the tag? Yes, he does. A great job there by Rivas. As Garza had to wait for that one. That one had some serious hang time on it, but it came down. He fired it to first, and Rivas was drawn off the bag, but had to wear with it to make the tag for out number 1.
Now batting number 10, Gael Garcia.
And that's going to bring up Gael Garcia. Gael Garcia playing third base, did not have an at-bat last night, and he watched that first pitch go by for strike one. Little low, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to the batter, Garcia. A little bit outside, ball 2.
We will leave both teams on this sideline for the medal presentation.
Balboa steps off. Now he's back on. Breaking ball catches the inside corner, strike 2. Just a bit outside, ball 3. The count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gael Garcia. Swung on, another chopper to the third baseman, Garza. He rocks, fires, and again, Rivas off the bag makes the tag. So 2 high chopping ground balls to the third baseman, Javi Garza. Plays them well, has to rush the throw, but a great job by Rivas, even though he's drawn off the bag. Comes down with the tag for out number 2. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up the left fielder, Nathaniel Zaragoza. In there for strike 1. Zaragoza, another one of those players that did not have an at-bat last night. Little sidearm pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 2. So something a little different here from Balboa. Again, a sidearm pitch. This time he hits the batter. And the Bulldogs get their first base runner here in the second. And we head to the top of the order, Marcus Elizondo. Elizondo was walked his first time up.
Marcus Elizondo.
Got to as far as third base, and that's where he was left. Elizondo, a left-handed batter. First pitch a little high, ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the batter, Marcus Elizondo. And that one catches the inside corner for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, Elizondo. Just a bit inside, evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, runner at first in Zaragoza. Breaking ball, swung on and missed, strike 3. And that is the second strikeout for Balboa, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 runner left on. We go to the bottom of the second. We go to the top of the third, top of the third, and it's your Wildcats 2, the Bulldogs nothing. Heading to the third inning, and your Wildcats on top, 2-0, and we go to the top of the lineup. Solis, Brown, and Balboa due up for your Wildcats. Swing and a miss, strike one. Solis with a deep fly ball to center to get his first time up at bat today. He's 0 for 1. Breaking ball, hit, fly ball. First baseman goes back. Second baseman calls him off and makes the grab. Marcus Elizondo taking charge, and he secures the first out here in the third inning. And that'll bring up Mike Brown. Mike Brown with a pop-up behind the plate, which the catcher had a hard time finding, but once he found it, he was able to track it down and make the grab for out number 2 in the first inning. So he is 0 for 1 tonight, or this afternoon, excuse me. Watch that first pitch go by. It's inside for ball 1. Swings at that one. It's deep to left field. It might be in the gap. If it's got enough, it's gone. And it is. That is a one blast to left field for Mike Brown. A solo shot, a home run. And now your Wildcats are up 3-0. So Mike Brown gets a hold of that one and knocks it out to left center field. And now your Wildcats are up 3-0 here in the third. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Tonio Balboa. Balboa 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to the shortstop.
Number 24, Tonio Balboa.
First pitch inside for ball 1. Swings at that one. Shortstop grabs it on 2 hops. Fires it to first for out number 2. That'll bring up Nate Rivas. Rivas reached via a walk his first time at the plate, and he scored.
Now batting number 23, Nate Rivas.
That one catches the inside corner for strike 1. A slow breaking ball from Ramos. Rivas didn't like the call, but nonetheless, home plate umpire Elizondo has the last call. Fouled back for strike 2, so the count is 0-2 to Rivas. High, ball 1. That one in the dirt. I don't know if we can say in the dirt, Val, can we, since there is no dirt at home plate? In the rubber? In the mat or something like that? Okay. As we mentioned earlier, it's a natural playing surface with the exception of home plate area. And maybe the mound, too. I got to double check there. Swung on, fouled down the third base side. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. So here comes the 2-2 from Ramos. Breaking ball hit to right field. Garcia going back. It's over his head, and Rivas is going to make the turn and go to second. Rivas trucking it into second, and he's got a stand-up double. That pitch was outside, and Rivas just drove it to right. Garcia trying to catch up to it, but just no way, as that one just sailed over his head. And so with 2 out, Rivas is on second with a stand-up double, and that'll bring up the catcher, Joey Rodriguez. Rodriguez 1 for 1 tonight. He hit a well-hit ball into left center field his first time at the plate.
Joey Rodriguez.
Let's go, Joey!
Curveball in there for strike one. Same pitch, foul down the first base side of the field. Coach Castañeda bare hands it, tosses it over to Braxton, the first baseman. Looks like Ramos wants that ball back. He gets it. Swung on, hit to right field, but that's going to tail out of play.
And that foul ball is sponsored by.
So the count remains 0-2 to Rodriguez.
Upstart Speed Shop.
0-2 count to Rodriguez. Little high, ball one. Pitching coach coming out to the mound to have a few words with Ramos. So as we've got a timeout on the field, we're going to take one as well. You're enjoying Wildcat baseball right here on KWES. He's on the mound.